Happy Easter. Happy Sunday. Happy whatever you may celebrate today.
Happy day. Happy life.
It's Yummy.
And AJ.
Here to talk about relationships. And today's subject is...
finances.
We're going to wait for a minute. We're going... Oh, there he goes. We're going to wait for a minute for a couple of people to come on so that people won't have to actually go back and listen. Hey, Envy.
Hey, girl.
They're your computer girl.
She knows everything.
Everything. So if you have any questions about debt, laws, anything, you need to follow Envy. She has a show coming out on Monday. And I'm not sure all the details, but I do know I'm excited about it. So okay, we're gonna wait maybe another minute, if that. And we're gonna also somebody help this man.
Boy.
And we're talking about finances today, but we're actually going back to last week. 2 questions that we were inboxed last week. We wanted to go ahead and answer them today. So one of the first questions we was asked was, what's your greatest fears regarding one another? What's one of your fears regarding me?
Living without you, baby.
Oh.
It's my greatest fear.
You know what? That's my greatest fear too.
You can't have the same thing I have.
I mean, but it's the truth. Because, we decided that we're going to have the rocking chairs and we're going to sit on the porch and all that other stuff. I'll probably be sitting on the porch way before you, but
Time will tell. Time will tell.
So that's really,
yeah.
That's the greatest fear is for me. I know living without him, because I don't even want to take a nap. I don't want to do a lot of things without him.
Right.
So yeah, that is my greatest fear.
Feelings are very mutual, babe.
Oh.
No.
So the next question we was asked from last week about relationships is,
do we have a lot in common? That's a 50-50.
Yeah, it's a 50-50.
So,
go ahead.
Some things we do have in common, but we might like it a different way. Like, we both like to spend time together.
Let me stop and say this. We do not own the rights to this music that's playing in the back. I just thought about it. I don't want to do all this talking and then they just
I guess you're right.
cut us off.
Right.
Okay, go ahead, baby.
But yeah, we do spend a lot of time together. So, like, I might like doing adventure stuff. She don't care for none of that at all. But at the same time, she might want to do roller coasters, thrill stuff. But guess what? I don't do roller coasters. We both like to eat, But it's like a 50-50, like that we have learned to, balance each other. I give a little bit, she give a little bit, she give a little bit, I get a little bit. So that just answer my, it's a 50-50. We have some things in common, some things we don't.
So, to me, do we have a lot in common? At the beginning, I don't think we had a lot in common. He is an outside person. I used to be like, bugs, I don't want to be around it. But within the last maybe year or two, has been that long?
Yeah.
I've been okay with being outside. But we really like movies. I love movies. I love to sit back and just cry, and I love to laugh. He like all that action.
Action-packed shooting stuff.
Yeah, it's too much for me. And then he like to continue to watch it over and over and over and over
Who
again.
don't watch movies over again?
You
It's
watch
just
every
crazy.
movie over again.
So, who don't?
Me.
Yeah, that's why when the movie come back on, you don't know what happened, what the movie about.
Yeah, but you be there and miss stuff, and then you be like, oh, just watch the movie in full on the first time, and we can move on and watch other movies, and just be finished with it.
A good movie is a good movie.
So now our next topic for this week is finances. So a lot of people have inboxed me questions about finances because finances seem to be like a deal breaker in a lot of relationships.
Right.
Money is a big issue in a lot of relationships. And so one of the first questions that that was inboxed to me is, do y'all put your money together? Yes. We put all of our money together. It makes life simple. It just makes life simple to put your money together. That way I'm not hiding anything. He's not hiding anything. Our money just go together. It's not no competition who can make the most money, who make less money. We just put our money together.
Right.
We decided that if we was gonna go into a marriage, we was gonna go full force in. You know, ain't no half stepping with this. We're gonna do what we need to do and just put our money together. I trust him with money, and
Yeah, that's the point about it. Like, I tell other people about the reason why we share our money, we put our money together. The whole thing is, if you with somebody that you don't trust with your money, I mean, you don't need to be with that person anyway. That's just the bottom line of why can't you put your money together? And like she said, make life easy, and it's a balance. So whatever we have, we have.
whatever we don't have, we don't have. And we just come to the table and we talk about things. You know, we talk about how this is going to be spent, how we need to do that. And you know, sometimes I may want to spend something, and let me just tell the truth, he don't say anything.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But sometimes he want to buy something and
it'd be a stop sign. Like, no.
What you need that for?
No. Wait next month. It might happen next year. But you know.
You talking about the Ryan lawnmower?
No. That's 10 years in the making. We ain't talking about that.
What if the other party is irresponsible when it comes to money? I believe it's a conversation that needs to be had. You know, you should have a conversation about it. If the other person is irresponsible, let's sit down and talk about it. You know, because what is it they're wanting to do that you're thinking or the other person is thinking is irresponsible? You know, let me see if I can give an example.
I can't.
Okay.
Well, it ain't the point of me. Didn't mean to block y'all, but it was coming fresh.
All right.
This is what I say, just like she said about what is that person spending the money on that you saying that's irresponsible. We all have our things that we want, and we all have our things that we'll spend more money on other than what the next person will. You might like purses, I might like shoes. So you just gotta come up with a balance of, okay, is it really being irresponsible and overspending? You gotta look at yourself too at the same time. But like she said, it's a conversation that need to be had, because back again, it's a team. There's no iron marriages, even close relationships on its way to marriage. You gotta sit down and have them hard conversations about finances.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
And if a conversation has been made, maybe giving an allowance. And I know men like, what the hell is an allowance? But maybe saying, okay, this week we're going to take you take $100, I'm gonna take $100. You do whatever you want to do with that $100. I do what I want to do with this $100. You know, and then that way, nobody feels like, oh, I couldn't do this or I couldn't do that. But I think conversation and communication is the key, because without communication and conversation, that ends up being a problem. Because I know a while back, it's been some years ago, AJ had purchased something online. I don't know what it was. It was a course or something. I don't know what it was. But I was like, why did you get that? And he didn't look at it. He didn't read to understand that it was not something he should have purchased. But, and you know, for a minute, I did get mad. I was like, what the hell did you spend all this money on? You know, and it probably wasn't all this money. It may have been $20. I don't know. But $20 is $20 to me.
What? All this money? What? Stop. Man, it seemed like it went out there.
So I had to come back and tell him how to go back and get his money back, because he didn't read what it was he was purchasing. So, but some people are just irresponsible with money.
Right, and just like she said, like, it been made over and over again. So the point about this is, because finances is a part of the relationship, and if you're trying to build something and somebody's not on board with it, I mean, that relationship got to be thought about.
Right, maybe counseling.
It got to be thought about, because, you know, it might come a time where you need something to, you know, life or death situations. And if that person can't put out, but you going to get upset about it, but you know this person wasn't going to be able to do it. So you can't be faulting yourself. Faulting that person for what you allowed that person to do.
And so, okay, one of the next questions is, does it matter who makes the most money? I don't think so. I don't think it matters who makes the most money. And the only thing I can speak about in our relationship, because back again, if you think about that kinds of bring in confusion and distance in a marriage, you know, and tables turn sometimes. You know, I mean, in perfect example, when we got together, I made the most money, you know, and for years I made the most money, but it wasn't something that I threw up in his face, you know. And then, I mean, it was a lot of things I paid for, but I'm not going to say because we was in a marriage, we paid for it. But, you know, then when I decided, I needed a break, guess what? He takes care of everything. He makes the most money now. You know, it swapped. But if I had been the type of person who been like, you can't do this, or we can't have this, or this, that, and another, or that, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in now, because tables do turn. And we have to think about that, you know, especially women. You know, women, we feel like if we make the most, sometimes some women feel as though if we make the most money, I can control the situation. But it shouldn't be a control situation. It should be our money, you know, point blank. Because if it comes a time where you can't do anything, then guess what? You're going to have to depend on that man to take care of you. And, you know, you don't want him to say, you remember when this, you wouldn't do this, you wouldn't do that. Then you be like, dang. But, you know, it's back again. We always reap what we sow. So we have to be mindful of the decisions that we make.
On my opinion on that, like she said, it don't matter, because it's all about the team. The more money you make, the better the team can be. Regardless of what this person putting in or not, this person still putting in. Whether it's 500 versus your 2,000, you're still building the team up. And like she said, it can swap. Or it'd be easier for it to swap. So like she said, she was making more money than me, but I was still working. So when I got the opportunity, I was able to tell her, babe, you want to take a break, you can take a break.
And I'm grateful.
And so that's how I take on pretty much for making more money, just the point of building the team, making the team better.
And let me say this, the other part I always mess over and I'm left to clean up. Let me say this, I was in a marriage, not this marriage, that it was the same way. You know, I was left to clean up the mess. And finally I got tired of cleaning up the mess. You know, I couldn't keep on doing that. And that's all I can say about that is I couldn't continue to basically treat that man as though that man was my child. You know, I couldn't do it. And so that's my answer with that. So the next question is, do y'all split bills? No.
No.
We just pay them.
Why should you split bills and we all in the same house? Now, what we do, we got a bill account, we got our own accounts. We both put money in bill accounts, so we both pay all our bills. It don't make sense to split the bills. Back again, you and this as a team. When you decide to be together and marry, you came as one.
Wow.
And it's all about sharing. You can't be selfish and playing your part. So, y'all got bills together.
Y'all got a house together. It doesn't matter who name it's in.
Right.
Y'all both have lights, you have lights together. Both of you use them. If you have gas, if you have water, whatever you have, y'all have it together. You know, your children, you have it together. You know, you just basically come into marriage together. If you decide that you can't trust that person, maybe that's not the marriage you should be in. You know, if you decide that you have to always argue when it comes to money, maybe that's not the marriage you should be in. You know, because money breaks up a lot of marriages. A lot of marriages. But you know what? It just is what it is. We're not going to sit back and let money break up what we have. And then, I mean, that's just not going to happen. So we just decided that we'll go in together, you know. And I know some people say, oh, well, as a woman, I need to keep a savings. I need to keep this. I need to keep that. Well, what you're saying is you don't trust your mate.
Right.
What you're saying is you're not 100% in this marriage.
Right.
And that right there does not make sense. If you're in a marriage, you need to be in a marriage 100%. If you can't be in your marriage 100%, you may need to, number one, look in the mirror. And number two, you may need to make sure that that's the person that God has put you with, you know, and that you didn't make this marriage up. You know what I mean? So the next question is, wait a minute, that's what it's going to have to boil down to. He taking your kindness for me, make him responsible. Facts. Sometimes you have to make the other person responsible. You know, a lot of people do only what we allow them to do.
Right.
You know, if you let a person get away with something the first time, guess what? They're going to do it the second time. They're going to do it the third time. They're going to continue to do it. And then probably about the fifth time, when you decide to say something, it's just like, you ain't been saying nothing. So why you saying something now? You know, so you have to make the other person take responsibility for what they're doing. That is very true. So the next question is, we already answered. Somebody said, do y'all share a bank account? Yes, we do. Should one person, so another question was, should one person in the house be over finances? You can. In our house, I pay all the bills. You know, it just makes things easier. But some people, they decide one person might pay the house note and the other person may pay the utility bills, but out the same account. You know what I mean? It's just easier for us. I'm home, I pay the bills. It's just...
Right. It's one less thing I don't have to worry about.
Yeah, and he's good with that.
And I'm fine with that. I am fine with that.
Another question was, how do you deal with big purchases? We talk about it.
Right.
We
Got that gangster lean again.
We talk about it. we talk about if we're gonna purchase a car, if we're gonna purchase a house, if we're gonna purchase really something over maybe $200-300. We talk about it. Hell, if it's over $100.
If I'm spending 20, I gotta talk. I gotta talk about the $20.
He does not have to talk about $20 at all. But we when it comes to big purchases,
yeah, we make them together.
Yeah, we do.
We eat whichever way it is, whether it's something that she wanted or I wanted. We make them together. It ain't never been a point where, oh, babe, I just spent $1,000 on such and such. Nah, that ain't happening.
Because we both understand it's our money.
Right.
It's not just my money because I went out there and worked for it. It's not just his money because he went out and worked for it.
Right.
It's our money. You know, we're as one. That's just plain and simple. If it's something I see for the house, I don't have to call him and say, babe, can I buy this for the house? No, because I'm buying it for the house. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. You know, when I go out, 9 times out of 10, if I buy me a shirt, guess what? I buy him a shirt. You know, that's just what I do. I buy the children a shirt.
Dress code.
Yeah, I mean, when he get a haircut, I get a haircut. You know what I mean? I mean,
right.
it just works. Everything we do, it works out for us. So the thing about it is you have to sit down, come to the table, and come up with what works for you. You know, and communication is the key.
Communication.
Do you ever put your kids' financial wants over your own or push their wants to the back? Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. And I have to say this about this man. For years, this man took a lunch to work every single day so that financially our children could be taken care of. So when it comes to our children, they get everything.
Right. Like, I mean, we brought them in to, you know, we want them to have a better life. And what parent don't? And we all do make our sacrifices. Now, when it comes to the point of deciding which one is worth the sacrifice on what they deciding to do, you know, they always come down to a conversation. We just don't just push them to the back because it's building their self, it's building their confidence. If you keep telling the child, no, you can't have, no, we can't afford, like a child really don't understand that, but at the same time, they keep hearing no, no, no. So they're just knocking their self-confidence all the way down about actually coming to anybody asking them for help or support. So at times, we gotta do what we gotta do to make sure we push their confidence up.
This man don't like telling them girls no.
Right, but
that's
still.
What that is. He does not like telling them girls no.
But they got strong personalities because of that too.
This man then went out one day knowing our youngest daughter was on punishment. He done went out and bought some $100 and something tennis shoes. And I'm like, them need to go back to the store because she does not deserve them. That boy could have cried. Because he don't like telling them girls no. He don't.
Right, but back again, she the balance. She's that stern, no person.
And he just give them the world. Just give them whatever they want.
I'm gullible.
But I tell you this. Usually, if I go out and I buy shoes for the whole house. You know what I mean? If I buy, like if it's sandal time, I buy the whole house sandals. If it's clothing time, we just buy children clothes, you know. It's never been a serious situation where we wanted something and they wanted something and nobody got it. We always worked out a way. It may not have been the most expensive one. We may have came down and had a conversation. You know what I mean? What's up to my brother?
What's up,
man? some Easter sandals. So yeah, when it comes to the children, we kind of have balance with us and them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then we're most definitely blessed. They have great grandparents. So we really don't have to do anything.
Right. Just provide,
Their
food and shelter.
their needs.
The essential needs.
Yeah. So we have been blessed on that side. The next question is, okay, so somebody inboxed me and said, have you ever had to hide things you purchased? No.
No.
But I can say this. It has been a time we've been about to go somewhere and he'll say, where you get them shoes? Because he don't pay anything attention. I may buy some shoes for me and him, but he just ain't seen my shoes. So as far as hiding things, no.
No.
We've never had to hide anything. When it comes to money has not ever really just been
Money is stupid.
an issue. I'm not paying him any attention. I spoke. Money hasn't really just been an issue in our marriage. I can't really think of a time when money has been an issue.
No.
Because we've always come together.
Right.
And the thing about it is, even if I want something, it's weird. If I want something, I want him to have it. If I go get a new phone, I want him to have a new phone. And he'll be like, babe, I don't need...
Skirt.
What you say? What?
Them breaks.
What?
You just don't be want to feel guilty about upgrade. That's why you get me a phone too.
No, I be wanting you to have a phone too.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
All right.
For real. Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
Because
All right.
if that's the case, I
Okay.
would still have
Okay.
my
Right, because we both got it.
Yep. I want to make sure when I upgrade, he upgrade too.
I got you.
You have to say that.
You right, man.
You know what I mean? You...
Oh, boy.
I do not feel guilty.
Oh, boy.
So,
yeah.
that was all the questions that we had for this week. Does anyone else have any more questions? Any comments? Any concerns?
He said he better start crying. Just give it up. Everybody's Easter.
That boy, that is crazy. So if y'all don't have any more questions, concerns, what else?
That's it, babe.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
What y'all doing today? You know, I think we're gonna drive to the beach and sit on the beach and, you know. Thank you, Yolanda. Oh, you got a brother.
Yeah, I got it, bro.
Let me tell you something. When they made this man, let me tell you something. They cut the mold, they broke it, they destroyed it.
Boom.
Because when I have to say, I am blessed. I am grateful.
You got a real lollipop. Real sucker. Oh,
No,
boy.
but you have a good woman.
Yeah, I have an amazing woman.
You know, like I tell women all the time.
You tell them what you tell them, girl.
I tell them we the prize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You gotta open up the box.
Yeah.
And see what you gonna get.
Yeah.
You might have to work with it a little bit.
But it's okay.
Most definitely.
I was worth working with, right?
You was.
Okay, all right. He is, Ruth. He's really good. He is. I can't
Appreciate
even
that, buddy.
take that away. I can't even say he's not. He's real nonchalant. It is what it is. Nothing
Right.
stresses him. Nothing bothers him. If something stresses him, let me tell you something. Just move. Just move.
Just move.
So, next week's episode is going to be how to balance marriage and children.
Right.
So
That's gonna be a tough one.
yeah, it is. So inbox me, text me, whatever you want to do. And thank you for listening. We're grateful. Have an awesome and amazing day. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the outside before it rains. Just enjoy life. And let me say this. Take this time to really focus on you. Really take this time to focus on you and the things that you need to improve. Because don't just take this time and sit back and drink and smoke and watch video games
Hallelujah.
and all this other kind of stuff. Take the time
Hallelujah.
to really sit back and focus on you. You know, focus on things that you can do better. Take this time not to focus on how the other person can improve, but how you can improve. And by you improving, the other person will improve. So once again, I've never heard him curse you out. Oh, cause you know that is not happening.
I'm asleep.
You know I need to get cursed out. I don't need to get cursed out.
I'm asleep.
I never need to get
I'm
cursed
asleep.
out. You guys are definitely a happy meal. Yep. We are. Thank you. I am so grateful. You all enjoy your day. If no
Right.
one's told you, we just want to say we love you
We
and
love y'all.
peace.
We out.
Thank you.